guys, we're here at the Motorist. I've got myself a prime lens and a zoom lens, and we're just going to go around, take pictures, compare the two and see why prime lenses are good for car photography compared to, well, not, I wouldn't say compared to zoom lenses, but they are a lot better in terms of like the focal length and all that sort of stuff. You can get that right down to 1.4 f-stop with a prime lens, so you can get all like the tiny little details and everything can be out of focus, and like all the bokeh is really nice. So we're going to go around, take some pictures, and I'll compare the two. So we're starting off with this Lambo here. Let's start off with the 28-70. See what sort of shots we can get. The good thing about this lens is I've got a CPL filter on it as well, so I can like get rid of all like the reflections and stuff on the car. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move to the 50mm and get all like the little detailed shots. Oh, it's blooming freezing. Oh, that's a bit sketchy, that, isn't it? Oh shit. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I can barely see. Let's get the badge. Not too bad. Go to the back and get this bit here. That's what I mean by it. All of it's like out of focus. Looks absolutely beautiful. So we've got a McLaren 570S. Didn't just cheat and look at the little number on the side. Didn't do that. So it's nice and sparkly. If you, once I've finished, I'll. Oh, I need to be like proper far back. Do you know what? I'm gonna go for a little one of these things. She didn't even move to like see where I was like, but I want to use my surroundings to get cooler pictures. So if I go down here, if you ever get a camera, don't get the kit lens because they're terrible. I need a new lens, because with kit lenses they have a thing called a variable aperture, so when you zoom in the aperture changes as you're zooming in. So you can't get that low aperture that you're wanting when you zoom in. That's why prime lenses are so good, because you can keep that low aperture whilst, there we go, that's better. But one thing I do need for this camera is a CPL filter. Went and got a filter, thinking, oh yeah, this will be decent. It's a blooming ND filter. See how clean and crisp that is. Windows aren't. Decent. So yeah, as I was saying, you can keep the low aperture with your lenses, with prime lenses, and you can just move around and it sticks to one focal length, so you have to like use your surroundings to sort of plan out different shots. And I don't know if this is going to be even any good, but they make you think and be a little bit more creative than what you would with a zoom lens, which is another thing that I really like. It just gets your mind going and thinking about all the different things. And if you're wanting to get into car photography, places like these are the best place to do it, because it's sort of like a little training ground sort of thing. So you come here, surrounded by cool cars, and you get to practice sort of all the little things to do with car photography, like getting the right shots, right angles, all that sort of stuff. And then once you've trained enough, once you've like got that practice in, and people start seeing your work, they'll be like, oh, this guy's kind of cool, I like his work. So they'll message you. So what you need to do is come to a place like this, practice, get your name out there, talk to people. Something I don't really like doing, but that's why I've got my mum to do it. But I need to start doing. Just going, talking to people, asking to take photos of the cars. Because then you can get work. And then you start getting paid for it, and then you're loving life, aren't you? Right, let's move on. So we got a McLaren 720S, absolutely stunning car. Just had about a 20-minute conversation with somebody talking about how nice they are. So I'm just going to keep this lens on for now, because is it a little further back? The detail in these lenses are blooming brilliant. But yeah, as I was saying in the earlier, you need to just sort of think about what photography you want to do and how you're going to use your lens. Because if you're doing events and fast-paced work, then a prime lens probably isn't for you. But in terms of like car photography and all that sort of stuff, they're pretty much perfect for the job. Because you can swap and change your lenses when you need, you don't have to rush. And the DeLorean's just pulled up. So we're going to go look at that. Let's go. I don't know where it's going. Where's it go? Oh, it's going up here, I think. I want to actually take a picture of this Lotus here, because the one at the back. Do you know what? I'd have one of these, you know. Yeah. I love the lights on the back, the real lights. Like just tiny little circles. I've completely lost that DeLorean now. We're gonna have to go find it. Yeah, please. God, how sick that is. He just walked off with doors open.
Hello.
Just you know. No, I don't think anybody is, to be honest, but I'm going to get a picture inside. I'm not going to get in it because my feet are dirty. I don't want to dirty Flora's car because I'm nice like that, so let's carry on. In fact, we can't carry on without an headlight shot, can we? The only thing about these lenses is, well, this one specifically, which is a 50mm, you have to stand really far away to get like the full thing in. And the focus isn't brilliant on this lens, to be honest. Focusing you. There's a lot of bikes showing up. I don't know what this is. I've decided that I'm going to just stick to the 50mm today. So I want to see what it can do. It does, doesn't it? What even is it? Right. One of the main reasons as to why prime lenses are better is purely because it's got one piece of glass to help it get that sharp, crisp look, whereas with a zoom lens you've got multiple different layers of glass to help it get that zoom, so it's not as crisp as what this is, which is one big reason as to why these lenses are so good, because you can get that sharp, crisp look. I mean, I'm only shooting with a 50mm, but there is better prime lenses out there, like the A7iii, the 105, all that sort of stuff. And if you are looking for a zoom lens, you only need 3 lenses to go through all of the like zoom points, or whatever you want to call it. There's the 18-35, what's my one? 28-70, that's the one, and then the 70-200. They're the only 3 lenses that you need. But what I wouldn't do is use your kit lens. Well, you can for a while, like I'm doing now, but it's a variable aperture. I'm just going through the edit now and I've just realised that I was talking about variable aperture, but never actually explained what it is, so I'm going to explain it now. So basically, if you have your lens like this and when you zoom in, the aperture ring moves as well at the same time, so basically you can't have that really low aperture like you can on a 50, like down to the 1.8 mark with the kit lens, because of that sort of like feature thing, which isn't a massive deal, but it like, you can't get that sharp, crisp look that you can with the low aperture and all that sort of stuff, which is terrible. I don't like it. That's why I'm looking to buy a new lens, but I don't know which one. So I'm gonna play back with a prime lens, play back with my zoom lens, and figure out which one I actually want to get. And then once I've decided, I'll make the purchase. It's as simple as that. But yeah, if you want in event photography, fast pace, all that sort of stuff, the zoom lens is the one to be at. Zoom lens is the one to do. If you want in car photography or product photography, anything that's like stationary, something that's not going to move really quick or anything like that, you want a prime lens, because you've got that like sharp, crisp look and the nice bokeh in the background. which is something that I absolutely love. Hence the reason I'm using a 50. I have had it for a long time, but I've just not gotten around to using it. And I'm glad now that I am starting to use it, because it's a beautiful lens to use. Get some wide shots first. Well then, where are you? Wondered where you went then. I might need a bit of help. Let's turn this off. It's really awkward, isn't it?
Just one hand.
Right. Now we can get all the little Thank you. This lens is just blooming beautiful. So crisp. So, in conclusion to the whole prime versus zoom lens sort of thing, I personally prefer a prime lens, just simply because you can get the f-stop so low and get the nice, like, crisp quality. But it all depends on the type of photography you're going to be doing. If you're going to be doing event photography, you haven't got time to take off your lens, put a new lens on, take that lens off, put a new lens on. Something like this is for you, because you can just zoom, jobs are good one. But if you're doing like I said earlier, like car photography, product photography, all that sort of stuff, a prime lens is perfect. And even this little 50, this is like one of the cheapest lenses you can get. I think it's like 129 quid. So for the price that you're paying, you're getting a good quality lens for cheap. Now if you want to go into the sort of 85mm, the 105, they're coming up to like 900, 1,200, all that sort of stuff. That's where it starts getting a little bit more expensive, but I personally think it's 100% worth the money. But one thing I do want as well is a 70-200, which is a zoom lens, I believe. So I want one of each, but if I were to pick one, it would be a prime lens. Like I said millions of times, simply because of that crisp, low aperture quality from the price that I'm paying for this. So yeah, in my opinion, prime wins, but depends what photography you're doing. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button, subscribe, all that sort of juicy stuff. I've got a 30-day free trial link in the description for Epidemic Sounds, so if you want to use any of the music that I used in today's video, click the link down there, you'll find it all there. My website's there, Instagram, all that sort of stuff, so if you want to check out the photos that I took in today's video, my Instagram's down there. If you just press that link and follow as well, if you head over there, and I'll see you in the next one.